Hi, it's Sara Bell Welles again, author and illustrator of children's books. Well, not only that, I'm also a cartoonist. I've been drawing since I was 8 years old, and one of the characters that I drew was Christine. Her full name is Christine Rose Kelly. How I got Christine was one time a friend of my mom's would create dolls from pictures that she gathered. So my mom gave her not only a picture of me, and also my sister. My sister doesn't have hers anymore, but I still have mine. And so I was just drawing different things around my house, and one day I drew Christine, and that's when I started creating comic strips. At first, Christine had everybody in my family, my brother, my sisters, and my mom and my dad, everybody. So there was just too many characters, and then I just narrowed it down over the years to certain sets of characters. And then half of them, like my brother and sister, they no longer appeared in there. But however, there is a character named Sarah that's in there. So of course you have to have somebody named Sarah. And spell the right way, by the way, without the H. I always say I'm H-less and I'm ageless as well. This is a little joke I like to make. How I got to start drawing really is one day my uncle showed me a picture that he drew. And it was just like an abstract painting that he had made with a bunch of triangles. It was just black and white, and they were just shaded. But anyways, when I saw that, I was so surprised, because before that I thought that pictures and paintings were like manufactured or created by the store. I didn't know a person like me could actually, you know, create art. And so, like I said, that's when I started drawing anything and everything. Just sketches of my dogs, my cats, my friends, my family, magazine articles, just you name it. And like I said, I drew several comic strips of Christine as well. And so I've created character sheets of her and her whole universe. So Christine Rose Kelly is a 9-month-old baby. She does have a sister named Sarah, of course, Sarah Elizabeth Kelly, who is 6 months old. Her mom's name is Rose Kelly, and her dad's name is Michael Kelly. And Michael Kelly is in the Navy, and so we don't hardly ever see him. And so let me bring you over to show you some of my comic strips that I have created about Christine. And she, by the way, she is also copywritten as well. So let me bring you over here. And so one of the characters I have, his name is Midnight, and he is a practical joker, and he loves to just play pranks on anybody. And this is Christine's neighbor and best friend, who dubbed by Christine, by the way, as her best friend, whether he liked it or not, Stephen Eugene Phillips. And he's the only boy in the neighborhood, so often he feels left out. Here's Midnight again, scaring Sarah Elizabeth Kelly. So the cat, that's Midnight is kind of the family cat. This is Stephen's family, Isaiah and Irene Phillips. Isaiah is a mechanic, and Iris is a teacher. She teaches kindergarten. Here's Midnight shocking Christine with a buzzer. Christine can have a very bad temper, but she's very imaginative. She loves to pretend to be all kinds of different things. Here's Midnight. Like I said, he's the practical joker. So he's always got a evil kind of grin on his face. Okay, one moment. Here's Stephen petting Christine's dog, Muffin. Muffin is a little naive. He doesn't really do too much other than he's just very loving. He's always looking on everybody. So he falls for a lot of stuff because, like I say, he's very naive and just a giving and a kind person, kind animal. Here's Christine, this of course. And now Christine loves to dress up Muffin to whatever she is doing. Like, for example, she's Punk Christine or Super Christine, then she'll dress up him as like Long Dog or Super Christine, Spike when she's Punk Christine. Here's Sarah and Muffin. Here's Muffin again, just different sides. I was creating character sheets for when I want to try. I have tried to get it in the newspapers before, regular newspapers. So I'm gonna keep on trying. Here's Steven, just looking different angles of him. And here's Christine and Sarah playing Tea Party. So here's the 3 babies together. Steven is about 8 months old. And none of them can walk yet. Christine does travel, but mostly you'll see all 3 of them crawling. You'll see her traveling around, Christine or Steven traveling around standing up, but never walking fully. Of course, like I said, Christine hugs Steven real tight. As soon as she met him, she didn't even know his name. She said, "You're my best friend," and she just folded him up in like a envelope and stuck him in her pocket and said, "You're my best friend. You're going to be with me wherever I go." Here's the 2 siblings, sometimes loving, sometimes mad at each other, like typical siblings. This is Christine and Sarah's mom, Rose Kelly. She's a stay-at-home mom. I just have some dimensions here of whenever I do Christine. Here's Steven again. He just thinks that they're weird. It's like, oh my goodness, how did I get moved into this neighborhood? One time he even asked his mom, "Mom, can we move? Because these 2 girls are crazy." Here's Sarah. She's scared. She's slightly scared or worried here. And then the other picture, she's really scared. Here's Steven. He's very laid back. He doesn't believe in Santa Claus, Easter Bunny. He's kind of scientifical. And he doesn't believe it unless he sees it. So he's always trying to debunk, Christine's imagination, saying this is impossible. It can't be these things that you're pretending. So Sarah likes to also debunk what Christine imagines, but mostly in an annoying way, like a sibling. If she's pretending to be Sherlock Holmes and she's an FBI agent who outshines her or debunks her theories. If Christine is pretending to speed and be in a car, then of course Sarah has to come around and give her a ticket, even though it's just all pretend. And Sarah's a little angry here. It's Christine crawling. I said you'll mostly see her crawling. Sarah's crying. So I'm just trying to display different emotions. Sarah happy. Christine, she wears a bonnet and booties on her feet, but sometimes I draw her just to show her what she looks like. But she dresses up. She doesn't wear that, but her signature is pink. She really likes pink, and actually that's my favorite color as well. So here's Punk Christine, and she doesn't do anything except for sit around and look cool. And like I said, she dresses up Muffin as Spike, and he's got a spiky mohawk on his head. Here's Detective Christine, or Sherlock Christine. Super Christine, and then when she's dressed up as her, then she dresses up Muffin as Long Dog. And here's what I use as my logo, Christine popping out of the page. Okay. So let me show you some of the different comic strips. So here's Christine. I published her both in my high school and college newspapers. So here's Punk Long Dog. Oh no, Spike, sorry. When she's Punk Christine, he's Spike. He doesn't really do nothing much. She says, "Here, look at yo Punk Christine here with my dog Spike. He will now do a trick. Do a trick, Spike." You see he's doing nothing. And she says, "Do you want to see it again?" And see, he don't really do much nothing. Like I said, he's a little naive. He doesn't do much tricks or anything like that. Just a loving dog. Here's Christine again in my college or high school newspaper. Now, both my high schools and my college asked for more mature to show high school. So I created this one called SIP, which stood for Sarah, Irene, and Portia, who were my best friends at the time. And see, here's one where it says, when I get a cold, sorry, sometimes hard to focus. When I get a cold, I can take having a fever, the earaches, the sneezing, and the stomach aches, but there's just one thing I can't stand that comes with a cold. That's when my nose runs. And see, her nose is running now. And then she says, "Are you finished running yet?" And he says, "No, I just have 5 more miles and then I can enter a marathon." Here's Punk Christine again. This is the same one. This is just the actual copy. See, here's Christine. She's pretending to be in a car, but then it turned out to be one of those things where you put a quarter in. But see, of course, her sister Sarah has to give her a ticket. Full of her plans. I drew this on the computer. This is back then when computers were just starting to have computer animation. And you see, I have a big book full of different comics. You know, for example, over the years I've tried different names, but I finally settled on Sara Bell Welles. And here's some Sunday ones. I use color pencil. And this one, Sarah pretends to come out of the comic strip. Actually, she says, "I'm out of here. I don't want to be in this comic strip." Here's a really old one, pretty much when I first started drawing Christine. Now you say there's a big difference. Her hair is a lot longer. Her legs are on top of one another. This is pretty much around the time I first started drawing her. And I've redrew some of them. And here's Super Christine, and she says, "It's a bird, it's a plane, it's me." She's kind of vain, you know. She thinks she's all that in a bag of chips, I guess you could say. But sometimes she even pretends to be Godzilla Christine. See, she's pretending to be Godzilla, destroying the city, but see, it's really her just wearing a Godzilla costume. It says, "Godzilla Christine destroys the city. Godzilla Christine will now let out an earth-shattering roar." Roar. "Okay, Godzilla Christine, you're going to pay for all this damage." And see, Sarah again trying to fool her, saying she's a police officer. "Now I know why Godzilla does not have a sister. He ate her." And see, Sarah gave her a ticket. And just different subjects about. So one time she even pretended to be Barney, which I have to make sure I can, you know, do that because of copyright. Might not be able to do that, but she'll pretend to be famous wrestlers, movie stars. One time she pretended to be a witch. Here's another one that's kind of old. You could tell by the paper, by how I drew the people, that how much older these are. Here's some Sunday ones. So see, she pretended right here to be a dragon. And then see, dragon picks up Sarah or Christine or somebody. Oh no, this is a dragon. This is not Christine pretending to be a dragon. "Wait, don't you notice anything?" says Christine. "I got a new dress. Boy, I worked really hard just so I'm the best looking maiden you ever ate. And what thanks do I get? I'm leaving you." It's hard being a dragon. Okay, here's another one that's somewhat old. It's Punk Christine. She's using that as a Halloween costume. So I have different holidays. And so Sarah's bothering her, waking her up in the middle of the night. She was sleeping, and then now she's saying, "Hello, my baby, hello, my darling, hello, my ragtime gal." And so you see, I have several of them that I haven't drawn. I just have a box full of. Here's the one where I told you, Midnight was pretending to be a shark, but then it actually turned out to be a shark. So one time it was him, and that time she's like, "Okay, I know it's you." Here I am on my mom's waterbed. Doo doo, doo doo. Midnight, I know that's you. I had to change the name. I used to say Blackie. It's really sharp. I didn't see that. I changed his name, like I said. I didn't think that was a good name. So yeah, this is one where she's Sarah's first born, so she's probably winding up her little swing, but then the swing goes round, 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 and goes flop. Whoops, says Christine. But you know what? The only person who actually really does hear her thinking is her grandmother. Everybody else, nobody can hear her. No adults can hear her thinking, or any of the other adults, except for Grandma. And one time she goes, "Grandma, you can hear what I'm thinking?" And Grandma says, "Of course, dear, I'm your grandma. I hear everything, and I can do anything because I'm Grandma." So thank you so much for listening to my video. I hope you enjoyed it. As I said, I really enjoy making Christine. One day I'm going to try to get her, either put her in one of my self-published books or just publish some of my comic strips of her online. Most likely, or maybe even both. And I'm hoping one day that I can even have her in the regular newspaper where you can see her, and maybe I can have some dolls and my own Saturday TV show. That would be really great. So thanks for watching. I really appreciate it. I hope you have a great day.